Hi, my name is Matimela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to look at a few things. Guys, have you noticed how the defense is so chilled? They speak when it's a must, and they speak when we sometimes feel like, oh, why are you not saying anything, Ramsipil? Why are they quiet? It's not like that because we know too much and we know the evidence. And the gents are like, just chill, guys, please. Relax. You got this. Relaxani. Don't gun. Relaxani. We know what you are doing. We are the ones that are here. We are dealing with this. They are always treating us like that, Kesana. And we are out here, be like, when we are watching, hi, Bo, that's not what was said. Ah, yeah, yeah. The defense is like, hey, na papa, the defense sits there and be like, Sanu papa, Sanu mfundegel, Sanu papa, relaxani, take a chill pill, you all, because I know what I'm doing. Each one of them be sitting there as if they're not there until something is said, and then one of them snaps, and then they all get up. Yo, guys, they all get up and be like, if it's Ramsey play, will be like, Nisi, hold my beer. If it's not Nisi, Nisi will be like, Ramsey play, hold my brutal, oh no, my fruit juice. If it's not, the only person who's not really, it's normal. Others, the other three, otherwise the other three will always be like, as if they are not there on behalf against each other. Ingene ingadla ivele ingene ingadla yenza into eyibukwayo umnisi. Angene ingadla ingene ingadla uRamsipili ivele igadle angene ingadla umnisi agadla uqonde yeyi yeyi kanti bayathule bayayazi into abayenzayo sithi laba abaphaphayo siyabaphaphela bona bazi kahle ukuthi benzani injalo ke situation yapha kula court injalo. Right now I want us to look into what else they make us always so cringe and be like, yo, they are quiet and sit at a lot of things. So when the defense strikes back, when they strike back, guys, Sishakasi excited to finish some type of way, guys. I don't know if you guys have noticed. We are like, Mnisi wetu, Ramza wetu, Ngumala wetu, Shalala wetu, Umama wetu. The same people that were like, yo, this defense, extremes. Yo, this defense is weak. Yo, this and I don't want to talk about the other group. No, I'm talking about the people that believe that the accused are being framed. I'm talking about them, not talking about the outsiders. The insiders, when they get frustrated, the things that we say. But when the defense strikes back, the case starts shaking, Gesan. The case starts shaking because the defense are. So you would know that, or you would remember that most of the time it looked like the state had a case. Most of the time, or in the beginning, it looked like they had a case, guys. We were like, yeah, we did something is off, but we could not pinpoint why we are saying something is off. It looked like because they were selling, in fact, on the 27th of October 2014, they sold us something. And that something was, there's a watertight case, there's water eyeball. I don't know whether they brought a bucket that had holes and those holes keep growing and then now they are bigger. I don't know. It's something like that. Because today, where we are standing, things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. The defense is asking a different question, not what happened. They moved from that. Those guys are so chilled, guys. They know what they are doing. No, they are not asking what happened, but can you prove your allegations? Prove your accusations. Baloyi, prove your accusations, prove your allegations, please. Because in court, you don't win with suspicion. You win with proof. Yeah, that's what they do. There's a lot of shift in that courtroom, shift of power, shift of energy, shift of everything, Jay. There's a lot of things that are happening there. The power that is holding that control, it's divine power, Shem, I'm telling you. It used to be the devil's power, but not anymore. The divinity of it all tells you the Trinity is like, driver mina manje, driver mina manje. It's there into esibonayo manje. If you watch closely, This is the moment trials turn. The state presents, they build, they stack evidence, and then the defense does something dangerous. They don't rush. They don't interrupt. They wait. They sit there and be like, Because when the state is under pressure, the more they do all of these things, they expose themselves. That's what we have learned, actually. The more Ubaloyi sits in that cross-examination with Ntanzi, he is exposing himself to Ubongani Ntanzi for Ubongani Ntanzi to understand him and to embarrass him. And Ubaloyi does not stop. Now, Ubaloyi tried destroying the confession. That's the okay, fine. Let's go to the heart, the confession, because it's the heart of everything. The strongest weapon that he has, and it's oh my baby, oh, that's all I can do for the confession because kunzima. Akwenti ngenzibanga guys ba kunzima. Kunzima when it comes to the so-called confession Ubaloyi athembele ngayo ayisebenzi. Ayimncedi kalutho, ayimsizi at all. Yabo, ayimsizi. He tried destroying i-alibi kaNtanzi. He tried to say Ntanzi had a cell phone. At some point, it was a cell phone. At some point, no, I did not see the cell phone. At some there was a lot. We searched him for keys for his place. At some point, what do you mean you searched him in his, and then you did not find keys in his pockets, but you searched him? What do you mean? Because he had, do you understand? Like, there's a lot of, you are like, guys, are you real people? Hey, behavior yamapholisa wakhona umukhovu like ezinye izinto you're like, no man, abantu abaphilile la angeke bayenze lento or bazithethe izinto ezithethayo. Khona ukushaya amanzi lana. So nje i-situation yakhona. Now, do you know what the defense has done? Because there were so many issues, the parade, the ID parade and everything, the cell phones, all of that trend that they spoke about, I spoke about, all of those things that matter, matter for them, according to them, but they are weak according to how I see the defense, because there is no closing of the gap of 2014 or prior identification, memory reconstruction risk that they do. There's a lot of things there. Now, what look like certainty becomes doubt. Or Yongi case is full of doubt everywhere. Whatever, if you touch cell phone evidence, there's too much contradictions and there's too much damage there. When you speak about towers, there's too much evidence, damage also in that evidence. When you speak up, hey, Yonginto guys, Yonginto, they have nothing. Now, what I like about the defense, they decided they are going to turn phone evidence against the state. Here is how they're doing it. This is where it gets clever. The state says Ntanzi had a phone in police custody. The defense doesn't deny the problem. They are like, oh, okay, that's what you say, sharp. They pivot it. Who had the phone? Can you prove the possession at specific times? Where is the chain of custody? Well, Ubaloyi can't prove any of that when those questions are being asked because he has none. When it comes to that evidence, he has none. Guys, do you understand Uti Ubi? Because there was a time, and I'm waiting for one of these guys, either Mnisi or Uram Sipile. I believe they are going to do it. When Urata comes and talk about, no, they said the phone was with Ntanzi. Uram Sipile, I believe he's gonna use when at some point they said Uncube was in George Koch with his cell phone from 5 o'clock until 8:30 at night. When the incident was happening, he was in George Koch. When it was the device. So now how are you going to tell us here that it's Ntanzi? It should be the device. Which one is which? It's either Mncube was in George Koch, the device says he was in George Koch, so he was in George Koch when the incident was happening. Or Mncube, please take a stand. Uram Sipile is gonna force Judge Rata to take a stand, and I can't wait for it. I think let's do a separate video for that. Because a cell phone is not a person. Just because the activity happened, it does not prove that Ntanzi had a phone. Is the one that did all the activities that they are referring to. So Uramsipile is going to flip this entire situation to estate, and I'm waiting for it. And now the entire argument shifts from look at the data to prove who used the phone. Prove it. Who used the phone? And Ubaloyi is going to be, my lord, he won't be able to prove it. Now the defense goes back to the timeline. The state says work records don't support him, bank records don't support him. The defense says that's not proof of guilt. Put him at the crime scene. Put him at the crime scene. Ubaloyi again struggles. Do you see defenses omenza kanjani Ubaloyi? They are going to deal with him. They are going to mop the floor with him. Now, they will, because gaps in records mean uncertainty, not presence at the murder scene. And here's the key legal principle of it all. The accused does not have to prove innocence. The state must prove guilt. So the defense reframes everything. You don't know where he was, and that is reasonable doubt. So they can't come here and say Ntanzi was there. They can't. Now comes the association argument, photos, contacts, links to co-accused. Now, Ntanzi said, please give me a call where I spoke to Mncube. They don't have it. Ntanzi asked, show me that I saved Mncube's number in my phone. They can't. Show me, I'm sure Mncube is going to do the same. And then photos, show me where I took photos with all five of us. Show me. They don't have it. Show me photos where Zungu is with us. They don't have it. But these are the gentlemen that were busy taking photos with accused number 3's phone. Accused number 3, 4, 5, you find them. But you don't find Zungu, accused number 1, and accused number 2 in those pictures. Do you see how the defense is going to flip everything? The state says they are connected. The defense responds, so what? Show us the connection. Because in criminal law, we already know connection does not mean you are part of any crime. Now, unless the state can prove all of these things, agreements, action, participation, all of these connections that they are trying are also nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. Now, this is where the defense lands the real punch. They step back, they simplify everything, no direct forensic link, no uncontested confession, no reliable identification, no proven cell phone, no proven phone possession, no solid alibi contradiction, Luto. And then they ask the one question that matters. Where is the proof beyond reasonable doubt, Baloyi? Where is your proof? Put our clients there by the crime scene and prove that they had anything to do with the crime. Guess what? Baloyi has nothing. Because trials are not built on possibilities. They are not suspicions. They are not about narratives. They are about proof. And right now, the defense is not trying to prove innocence. They are doing something far more dangerous. They are showing the state might not be able to prove guilt at all. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to that? I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.